So you said 2 years ago you felt like a fraction of yourself now. Can you explain that a little more?
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of uncertainty within myself. I had always grown up to be really shy and just kind of closed off. I've always had a sense of humor about things. That's how I was raised. But the things that I always wanted to do, I felt were out of reach, or I didn't know how to get there. And so I was just kind of staying, where I was because I didn't know what to do. And then finally started to realize that music and art and everything is what I really want to do. So instead of going to college and getting a dental hygienist, something that I'm not really interested in, that kind of thing, So my sister-in-law was trying to talk me into it. I was like, yeah, maybe I should. But instead I just decided to come down here, and I feel like it was really hard at first, and last March, and it was hard even before. I had kind of a little freak out, I'm leaving, I'm leaving all my friends, but I've opened up so much more, and anything's possible now, whereas before I was just kind of I don't know how to do anything. I just felt kind of helpless. So.
What are the favorite things that you've discovered about yourself since you've been here?
That I don't know. It's funny. One of my friends told me that I take myself more seriously now, whereas before I just kind of was, I was just always joking around, and I didn't really think that I could, be any more than that. And coming down here and being independent and that kind of thing has led me to change so much more, where I just feel like I can do anything. I can be who I want to be finally, and I don't really know exactly how to get there, but I know I will. And so that's kind of an interesting change.
Do you see singing as a possible career option for yourself?
Yeah? Definitely. So, and I've never been able to say that before until January, actually, until I met this producer, and so it's just been a lot of fun, just coming up with different sounds and that kind of thing. And he's been working in music for 20 years, and so he started with the drums, and he's giving me voice coaching pretty much, and he actually really believes in me, and which is great because he's come out with some really good artists. So
it's really important to find someone that believes in you. I think everyone who's gotten anywhere has someone who believes in them at some point. Would you sing a little bit?
Sing?
For me?
I am getting kind of a cold, so it's not really that great, but... Well, I walked over the bridge to the city where I live, and I saw my landlord. Well, we both said hello, but we know it has to go, 'cause it's rent I couldn't afford. Well, relationships change, though I think it's kind of strange how the money makes a man grow. Or some people, they claim if you get enough fame, you'll live over a rainbow. Over the rainbow. Just a little something.
Did you write that?
No, that is from Amos Lee. He's a really good artist. He has a lot of really meaningful kind of R&B songs like that. So.
Is that what you like to sing?
Yeah.
R&B?
Just funny because I started out singing country.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of got into the whole transitioning voice, the whole thing that they do, So, and then kind of grew out of that. So.
And what do you have a favorite song?
I don't actually.
Favorite artist?
There's so many. I really like a lot of kind of house electronic. I've been listening to Ellie Goulding. I don't know if you've heard about her. She's kind of blown up right now. But Cascade, Pretty Lights, just anything you can recognize good music. It doesn't matter what genre or anything it is. It's just everything comes together and you get the goosebumps or close to it. It's just good music when you hear it.
And do you write your own lyrics?
Yeah, I'm really critical about the way I write, and so I've spent, a lot of time just crinkling it up and throwing it away. But I started to realize, like, I can just keep it in my computer, and I don't have to pull it up if I don't want to. If it's horrible, I can just save it, and I don't have to look at it, but I know that it's there. And it's not just in the trash can.
It's good. It's good to get it out. It's good to get it out because that's the process. That's how you find your voice. And I think for artists in particular, it's hard because we're all our own worst critics. Yeah. So it's hard to jump over that bridge where you stop criticizing yourself and just allowing yourself to speak your voice, whatever it may be, whatever your art is. So just let it come out, and that's how you find your style. That's how you find your voice. That's how you find your work, whatever it may be, whatever medium you're using, is that you just allow it to come out, and that's how you journey to the best.
Yeah, that's how you grow.
So when's your first album release?
Probably not for a couple years. We're gonna, we've been working on one song, and we're gonna put it on iTunes as soon as it's done. So we've gotten past like building the verses and the hooks and that kind of thing, and so now it's just recording and recording and recording until you can just sing it the same exactly every single time. And then he kind of like syncs it all together, and we like put ad-libs. But like last night we actually recorded at least just like a guideline, so I can sing it over and over and over, and we're gonna be like, well, this sounds the best, so let's just keep it like that and then just repeat. And like yeah, and so it's just I was like kind of all excited, and he's like, well, we're only like 10% of the way actually on this song, because you gotta record. So just doing it. He's like, you're not gonna like this song, but you're done with it. I'm like, I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, that's kind of his view on it. Just at least get a song out on iTunes and see what people think about it, and hopefully we'll get maybe like a little bit of help on that just from advertising, and so we can buy equipment that can help with the rest of the songs. So.
And how do you feel about the process, going through and doing multiple takes and having to record and re-record and re-record?
I'm just really excited that I'm doing it. It doesn't look exhausting to me by any means. Like, my voice might get exhausted, after a long night doing that, but I just think it's just really fulfilling everything that I wanted to do. So, even from a broken record, it's just exciting just to hear myself. It's weird because I have this little voice recorder on my phone that for the past 2 years I will just kind of like, I'll be driving. It seems to be like when I think the most, and so I tend to sing into my voice recorder. And it just sounds horrible, but to actually hear myself with the music and stuff that we've created, like it's a really good feeling. So
excellent. Yeah, sounds fabulous. It's exciting to know. One thing I really enjoy about singing is that it exercises your heart. It massages your heart. Your heart is a smooth muscle, so the only way it gets exercise or is stretched is through vibration.
Yeah.
So when you sing, it's quite literally good for your health.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, definitely.
And what are your ultimate dreams for yourself as a singer?
I just want to do it. Like it doesn't even have to be like, I don't have to be plastered on any kind of billboard or anything like that. I just want to spend my life creating and like growing in this, because it's ultimately what I've always wanted to do. Whether I'm just making like a little bit of money and like, and bartending on the side or something like, but that's just like my main focus, and it's just something that I love to do. So yeah. So it's just,
I think that's the best drive, is that you just want to do it.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, that's what you want to do.
Exactly. So, and it'd be kind of cool because my mom and my dad have always told me you could do whatever you want to do, and my dad was the one that started, he kind of would like try to get me out of my shell when I was like 5 years old, because I would sing to myself, but he actually like has me on camera when I'm like 5 years old, and he's just like, sing, Allison, and they've always just been kind of like behind me in it, so I'd like to actually make something that they can just be like, oh, you did it, you know? Just be like proud. And so, because we have a lot of the same similar music tastes in my parents, so we like to like bounce ideas off of each other, so it'd be kind of cool to give them like, this is what I made, mommy. Yeah.
Excellent.
It's exciting.
And how has, I know you've only been to one rehearsal, but how was the experience of the Neo Dandy rehearsal for you?
It was cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's very like improv, and it's I don't know. I never even thought like about the way I walk or anything, and to actually pay attention to the way that your body moves, and like the poses you try to see in your head what you're doing, but you don't really have any idea yet, you know? So it's just kind of like trying to be on the outside looking in, you know? And like, you know, just trying to be aware of your body, and it's like, it's a really good exercise. Like after that, like you know, like when I was walking home, I just like felt the way I was walking, and like how he said that, you know, your hips should be like this, you know? And I was like, just kind of, you know, you're just more aware, and everybody is really nice, and it was just a good experience. So.
Did you have a favorite part? Did you have a favorite exercise that you did?
I liked when we started at one post, and then I walked over there, and then he came over and kind of added to what I was doing. Even though I messed up on it the first time, the second time I was like, oh yeah, that's how you do it. But yeah, that was really cool, because he would just like come really close, you know, and just like, I was like, ooh, this probably looks cool. So it was good.
Excellent.
I also like the chairs too. Yeah, that was really cool.
Can you explain a little bit about what that exercise was like?
Like it was, I don't know, at first I didn't really get it again, but it was just cool because you just kind of let it flow with the music, and you can pick the chairs up any way you want, but you know, you just kind of got to match it with the music, and you can put it anywhere you want, and everybody's really good at it. Like they all just kind of like understood, and it was just cool, like building something within like the energy of the group that we had, you know. So kind of like adding on to what each other is doing, and then at the end we just kind of go back and like, you know. So with all the chairs.
And how did you feel? How did you feel being so close to people that you don't know, that you haven't met before?
Well, that's the thing. I'm a really friendly person, and just knowing that, like, it's a little strange at first, you know. Like when me and Becky were walking down, you know, and I'm not used to walking beside her. You know, I've never walked beside this person before, like, you know, like you would with your best friend or something. So it's kind of like you got to try to relate right away. But then I realized that they didn't know me either, you know, and so we're all in it together, really. So we have that in common right off the bat. So so it was comfortable in the end, definitely. So we're all holding hands. So
it's a good opportunity to experience a different side of people and a different side of life. I love the creativity that's asked of everyone, and I love to see the creativity that everyone gives, because it's that we cannot produce. We can't bring your unique ideas to the floor. We can't bring that to the stage. Only you can. So what we do during the rehearsal is really try to get you to the point in your own personal confidence that you can be as creative as possible.
Yeah.
In the most stylish way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Posing like, oh, beautiful. Yeah. Try to keep that in mind.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Miss Allison.